Sagittarius, this is your 2021 astrological forecast, and we will look at Mars through the signs, the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction, Mercury retrograde phases, Venus through the signs, as well as Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, and the 2021 eclipses. So to begin with, we have Sagittarius rising. We have Mars in Taurus. And where is Mars in Taurus for you, Sagittarius? Mars is in your natal or solar sixth house, and sixth house is of work. So with Mars in your work house from January 1 to March 3rd, you will be very daring and aggressive in getting that perfect job or hanging out with your employees, employers, superiors, and all your dietary concerns will be of the utmost of action and concern at this time. Now, moving along, we have Mars in Gemini, and that is from March 3rd to April 23rd. And Mars in Gemini is going to take action into your seventh house of relationships. However, be careful with that deceptive square with Neptune, that your sweetheart is on the up and up with you. But it's a great time to take action with all legal affairs and with all partnerships and relationships at this time. Now, moving along, we have April 23rd to June 11th. We have Mars in Cancer. And Mars in Cancer makes a trine to Neptune right now. And so it's a very sweet and sour time for you with oh so sentimental Cancer in your natal or solar 8th house. You right now are taking action with all those big property and big money matters, and it's an area of depth for you. You are feeling oh so deep and sentimental. In fact, I would say emotional, Sagittarius rising. Now, moving on, we have June 11th to July 29th. We have Mars in zesty Leo, and Mars loves to be in Leo, and Mars in Leo is in your ninth house. Hey, you are taking so many languages right now and speaking to so many people about those legal contracts. And, well, hey, get that business deal done. Sagittarius rising. Then we move along. Yes, we have at the top of your chart Sagittarius rising from July 29th to September 14th. We have very detail-oriented Mars at the top of your chart in your career zone, Sag rising. But because it's so detail and nitty-picky, Virgo, other people will look to you as authority with all those details right now, Sagittarius, especially if Mars is on your midheaven. Now, moving along, we have Mars in Libra, and that is from September 14th to October 30th. And Mars in Libra is oh so sociable for you, Sagittarius rising in your natal 11th house of friendships. Oh, you are so active in hanging out with those buddies at this time, and because Mars is in sociable Libra, you are just getting your head together with your best buds and making all those dreams come true. However, Mars bumps into Pluto at this time, so be careful you're not overly aggressive in making those dreams come true. Now, moving along, we've got Mars in Scorpio, and that is from October 30th to December 13th. Oh, Mars loves to be in Scorpio, Sagittarius rising, but she is bumping into the Jupiter and Saturn conjunction in Aquarius and Uranus in your sixth house of work. So don't be too secretive about those money or employment plans, and some juicy gossip could come out at this time for you. open and adventurous Sagittarius rising. Now, the final Mars for 2021. Guess what? Sagittarius is going to be in your sign on your first house. And boy, oh boy, Mars loves to be in happy Sagittarius with you. You are going to be so gregarious right now, and that is from December 13th to the end of the year. Gregarious Sagittarius, having a good time. You are so open and positive and enthusiastic, not to mention boisterous. People cannot get enough of your vibe right now, Sag rising. Moving along, we have the infamous Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in Aquarius, and that will be a conjunction by the 7 degrees at that time for up until the early part of March. But after early March, it will no longer be in a conjunction by 7 degrees. But that doesn't stop Saturn and Jupiter from hanging around in your third house, Sagittarius rising. But it will be on May 13th, flipping over to Sagittarius now in Pisces, with Jupiter in Pisces. But Jupiter in Pisces, kind of like Neptune, Sagittarius, is oh so sweet and sour. But hey, on June 21st, Jupiter then goes retrograde in Pisces, and that is now in your fourth house. But make those fourth house dreams come true. Let the family know how sensitive you are and how much you want to work with them and be with them at this time. And while Jupiter is in your third house, my goodness, you are expanding all your life, and it's hanging out with the teacher Saturn there. So are you going to be a teacher now, Sagittarius? You have much to broadcast to people with the notorious Saturn-Jupiter conjunction in your third house. It's such a great time to communicate all those thoughts and feelings in the spoken or written word. People around your neighborhood think you're just the best, Sagittarius rising. But with Pisces Jupiter then in your fourth house, you are going to expand on all those property matters. Now, on June 21st, Jupiter goes retrograde, but it only stays there till July 28th, Sagittarius rising. But then on May 24th to December 10th, the Saturn then goes retrograde in your third house. My goodness, with these retrogrades, what a time to think about the past. But with Saturn there, again, Sagittarius, she is a teacher. So you have much to learn while you're teaching others and broadcasting those amazing, open, energetic thoughts, Sagittarius rising. Now, we've got Mercury retrograde phases from January 30th of 2021 to February 21st, and that will respectively go into Aquarius to Capricorn. So that will go from your third house of your speech, and then it will flip back into your second house of your valuables and your money, Sagittarius rising. So while Mercury is retrograde in the third house, since she rules the third house, Sagittarius rising. Just be careful that you are on the up and up with people and they know exactly what you're talking about while you are broadcasting those wonderful Jupiter, Saturn, unique and genius ideas at this time. Then when it flips back to the second house, my goodness, you are reflecting on all your funds, your valuables, and those investments. Hey, what really means to you that is of importance at this time, Sagittarius rising? Perhaps you're starting a collection. Now, moving on, we have May 30th to June 23rd. We have Gemini to Taurus, respectively, respectively, Sagittarius rising, and that will go from your seventh house of relationships to your sixth house of work and employment. So what do we see with Mercury retrograde at this time, going from your seventh to your sixth house? Well, because Mercury can sometimes rule those snags and delays, just expect that there are going to be just that, some snags and delays in the partnership and legal area. Make sure if you have any public connections that they know exactly what you are saying. Now, flipping back into the sixth house, Mercury will be hanging out with Uranus, and this time with work is great, but be careful with Mercury there that you don't get any snafus with the boss. Make sure that if you are getting a new job that you want to keep that job for a long time. However, with Uranus there, it could be rather unique. Hey, did you think about starting your own business now? Sagittarius rising. Now, moving along, we have the last retrograde of 2021, and it is September 27th to October 18th. That goes respectively from Libra to Virgo, and that will be Sagittarius rising from your 11th house to your 10th house. Okay, so there may be some snags right now with your best buds. Make sure there's no conflict on the social media or the internet, and make sure that all those hopes and dreams you write down now to come true in the future. Moving along, we've got then Mercury flipping back into the sign of Virgo, and with Mercury ruling Virgo, it will be a very sensitive time with Mercury at the top of your chart in a career zone. There may be some slight stumbling blocks now, and maybe you're not sure of some of those business negotiations, but Mercury still rules the sign of Virgo, so you can know how just to communicate. Sagittarius rising. Moving along, we've got Venus through the signs, and Venus will be in the sign of Pisces. That is from February 25th to March 21st. And Venus is most elevated in the sign of Pisces. And where is that for you? Sagittarius rising, but in your fourth house. And the fourth house, again, rules family, and it rules all those property matters. Oh, so you're thinking about real estate now, huh, Sagittarius? Oh, this is a great time to sweeten the pot because Venus conjoins Neptune. However, Neptune with Venus can be rather deceptive. So make sure those property concerns and those repairs are going right than wrong. Now, moving along, we've got on March 21st to April 14th, we have Venus in zesty Aries, and that will be in your solar fifth house. Oh, that's so sweet for you, Sagittarius, because Sag and Aries just love to have a good time. So you are going to find a number of suitors into your life right now. And if you are not single, Sagittarius, well, your honey just treasures you. However, there is going to be a square with Pluto at this time, so make sure that all that fun that you're having right now is going to continue to have a good time for you. You don't want to make sure that your honey is going to spoil the show for you. It's a great time to hang out with the kids and grandkids too. Sagittarius rising. Now moving along, we have from April 14th to May 8th, we have Venus in Taurus. And Venus rules Taurus like Libra, and with your sixth house, oh, you are getting along with everybody at business and work right now just so great. They just think you are so charming and attractive right now, Sagittarius rising. And besides, it's a great time to get the new family pet. Moving along, we have May 8th to June 2nd. We have Venus through the flirty sign of Gemini. And where is that for you, Sagittarius? In your partnership sector of the 7th house. But yes, she's making a square to Neptune right now at this time. So just be careful. Your sweetheart is on the up and up with you. You don't want to be deceived, happy Sag girl. And it's a great time to sweeten the pot with all those business deals. Sagittarius rising. Moving along, we've got June 2nd to June 27th. We have Venus in the sweet sign and so sentimental sign of Cancer. She makes a blessed trine to Neptune. So it's a marvelous and blessed time to express your deepest emotions, Sagittarius rising. And besides, everybody's looking to you to head off their wills and trusts. And hey, you might become really rich with all those big property concerns. Moving along, we've got from June 27th to July 21st, we have Venus in Leo. Oh, Venus loves to be in Leo, just like she likes to hang out with you, Sagittarius rising. Now, this is in your 9th house. But yes, keep in mind there is a T-square between Venus in Leo, the Uranus in Taurus in your 6th house, and that notorious Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in Aquarius. So be careful that you don't get into any snafus with those you work with or connected with the locales because of that T-square. But if you have Venus at the top of your chart in dramatic Leo, you'll still be looked to be number one. Make sure you get all that efficient training and speak all those languages that you've been wanting to learn now, Sagittarius rising. Moving along, we've got Venus from July 21st to August 16th in the critical sign of Virgo. And this, yes, is at the top of your chart. Now, Sagittarius rising, but with Virgo there, oh, she is going to be so good about giving you those rewards, Sagittarius rising. Your reputation is the best, and yes, you are going to be such a busybody and getting those goals and aims off the ground right now, Sagittarius rising. Moving along, we've got Venus in her own in Libra from August 16th to September 10th. Now, what does this mean? Well, Venus is in your fun-loving 11th house, and since Venus loves to be in Libra, Sagittarius, oh, you are going to have a good time at all those family reunions and picnics, and while you're at it, organize all those goals and some future business arrangements. Moving along, we've got from September 10th to October 7th, we've got Venus in the hot, spicy sign of Scorpio, and that will be in your solar or natal 12th house, Sagittarius rising. Oh, what a great time, especially with the water sign influence right now with Scorpio Mars and that blessed trine with Neptune. What a great time for those medical procedures or looking into medical interests, Sagittarius rising. But gee whiz, with secretive Venus there, you might find out some of those juicy and hidden yet healing secrets at this time, Sag rising. Moving along, we've got November 5th to the end of December. Oops, we're going to back up here now, Sagittarius. We're talking about October 7th to November 5th. My goodness, we cannot forget Venus is at the first house, and boy, Venus in Sagittarius, she knows how to be just as fun-loving and gregarious as you. Oh boy, you are so charming and just so outgoing. What fire sign you are, Sagittarius ascendant. People can't get enough of your Sag charm and your outgoing nature. You are the life of the party right now with Venus on your first house. Now we are looking at November 5th to the end of the year. Venus is an oh so serious Capricorn in your second house of money. Oh my goodness, you are thinking about, especially with Capricorn Venus there, you are thinking about, oh, such a serious time for all those investments and thinking about, oh, saving such serious money. But hey, with Venus in Capricorn, you can bet you're gonna be wealthy in no time. Moving along, we've got Uranus retrograde in Taurus until just January 14th, 2021. However, it will flip back retrograde again on September 19th to the end of the year. And where is this Uranus retrograde? Sagittarius ascendant, but in your sixth house of work. So with Uranus there, you have a chance to really show the boss just how your creative genius works. And besides, with Uranus there, everybody looks to you as some very unique and outgoing ideas for business. And besides, with Uranus there in Taurus, you are going to make some money for the corporation. Moving along, we've got Neptune, which goes retrograde in Pisces June 25th to all year, and that will be in your natal or solar fourth house. Now, with Neptune in your fourth house, it's a great time to show your sentiment to all those family members and loved ones. They will see that you are very serious about such sweet and kind-hearted communication. However, it's also a good time to be sentimental, looking into your family history, and make sure with confusing and deceptive Neptune in the fourth house, there are no added repairs. Sagittarius rising. Now, with Pluto now retrograde in Capricorn, April 27th until November 1st, we have Pluto retrograde, very serious in your second house of money. So you are really serious about adding sources of income right now in your life, Sag rising, and oh, so serious about those collections you've always wanted, and oh, so serious about those property and investment matters. However, even with Pluto there, a Sag girl knows how to stretch a dollar. Looking ahead, we have the eclipses of 2021, and to start off on May 26, 2021, we have a total lunar eclipse at 5 degrees Sagittarius. However, this is a full moon in your first house, Sagittarius ascendant. So, with a full moon in your first house, you must be cautious that all that Sagittarius optimism isn't taken the wrong way with those closest to you. However, it will be affecting your first and seventh house axis now, Sagittarius. So make sure all your partnerships will work, and that once you express yourself with the first house, people appreciate all your Sagittarius energy. Now, moving along, we've got June 10th, 2021. We've got an annular solar eclipse at 19 degrees Gemini. And where is this now, Sagittarius ascendant? But in your seventh house. Hey, because it's a new moon, that gives you some fresh energy, thinking about making a commitment with that sweetheart of yours. And everybody's coming to you to wheel and deal all those business deals. Now, Sagittarius rising. Hey, and moving along, we've got November 19th, 2021. We have a partial lunar eclipse, and that is at the very powerful 27 degrees Taurus. And where is that now? That strong fixed full moon but it is in your sixth house. So, hey, watch that diet, will ya, Sagittarius rising? Hey, and there could be some conflicts now with the boss and some coworkers. Or it could be just a great time to think about getting a new family pet. Now, moving along, we've got on December 4th, 2021, we've got a total solar eclipse at 12 degrees Sagittarius. And this is a new moon for you, Sagittarius rising in your first house. You are feeling especially zesty and outgoing as the Sag person that you are. People just want to sit up and take notice of you, and you couldn't look better at this time, Sagittarius rising. So overall, it looks like 2021 is going to be a great year for you, Sagittarius ascendant, especially with your third house concerns with the Saturn and Jupiter conjunction in a unique Aquarius. You are going to show your genius in communications all year. You want to expand on that book that you always wanted. Hey, and everybody will sit up and listen to you. However, relationships are going to be at peak now. So, hey, you are thinking about making a future with your honey. Great time. However, with the career concerns at the top of your chart with the 9th and 10th house, you're going to be looked at and sought after for those amazing, outspoken Sagittarius ideas. Great year for you, all in all, Sagittarius ascendant. If you'd like to get in touch with me, my contact information is down below. I give one-on-one readings and written reports. Please subscribe to this channel and press the bell notification. Until next time, many, many blessings.